Hi everyone, welcome to part 7 of Python Pandas. Today we are going to see how to rename or mapping a labels, column labels as well as row labels. And then we will see what are binary operations that can be performed on data frames. So let us quickly jump to our contents and see what are the agenda points for today. And I will be starting this session by discussing about renaming and mapping labels, and we will see how to rename series and as well as data frames. And then we are going to see what are binary operations in data frame and how they generate results. Okay, and it will be followed by some questions. So without much delay, let us get started. What is renaming or reindexing or mapping labels? Now, reindexing changes the row labels and column labels of a data frame oblique series. Okay, to reindex means to confirm the data to match a given set of labels along a particular axis. Multiple operations can be accomplished through indexing, like reordering the existing data to match a new set of labels. Means, for example, if labels are unsuitable to you, you can give new labels which are more suitable to you. And then if a label is missing somewhere, then you can give new label or give a new series of a label, right? So let's see how to do this. Now first we are going to see how to map this label by passing functions. Actually, we can pass functions oblique dictionaries to change the labels or to reindex the labels. Okay, so here we are going to pass a functions. So now in this example, you can see I have created a series. It's really very simple. It contains only 3 elements, 1, 2, 3, and with the label ABC. Okay, next statement, I have used s.rename. Okay, here what I did, str.upper, I have passed the function name. So what it does, it performs on each and every index and changes the index to uppercase. So I have an index in lowercase and I have made it to uppercase. Okay, now what the problem is that it gives you a new series object. It doesn't do it in place. To do it in place, you have to pass another parameter which is shown in our next example. Here I have used s.rename. Same, I have passed a function, but here I have specified another parameter in place is equals to true. Now what it does, it replaces the index in the current object only. It doesn't give you a new series object. Okay, so let's try this in our Jupyter notebook. First thing first, import pandas as pd. Now let us create our data frame. S is equals to pd dot series. We can use numpy or any list. Here list will be most suitable. Let's give you some values. Let's say range 10 comma, let's say 40 comma 10, and I'm going to pass some index values, that is a list of a comma b comma, let's say z. Okay, so this will be our series object. I can print this value. Now you can see I have executed my code. Okay, I have missed one curly bracket here, parenthesis here, and let's execute it now. Okay, now you can see I have my series object with the label a, b, and z. Now let us pass a function to this. S dot rename, and let's pass str dot upper. Okay, that's fine for us, but if you try to print s again, it doesn't change the index here. Okay, to s. Yes, what you can do, you can have another object b is equals to like this, and then execute this piece of our code, and s is here, and if you try to use b, then you get a modified index. So it gives you another object which has a modified index value. Now to change the index in place, you need to pass in place parameter, and its value should be true. By default it is false. So now what it does, it doesn't return any value, and if I try to print this, it doesn't show output. That means this function doesn't return anything this time. And if I try to print this, now you can see my index is changed. So let us recall what I have done. First of all, we have created a series from the list, okay, 10, 20, 30 with the labels small a, b and z. Then I have used s.rename, passed a function, and then in place true. So what it does, it doesn't return any value. Instead, it replaces the current index and changes to uppercase letters. Okay, you can use any function or you can pass any function here which returns a appropriate value. Okay, and then we have tried to print this. So this is how we have passed a parameter. Now let us pass dictionary to our rename function. s.rename, let us pass it. So I'm going to create a dictionary with the b as the first element, and then it should be to boy. Let's say boy, and then we have c to, let's say, cat, and let's say our d to, let's say, dog. Okay, and let's try to execute this piece of a code and see. So you can notice my index has been changed. Okay, so this is how you can pass a dictionary to change the index. You have to supply all the indexes and its value. Okay, indexes must be as a key and value must be any value. Okay, so now let us jump to our next topic. Now let us see how to rename our data frames, labels in our data frame, or reindex the data frame. So first of all, we need to create a data frame. You can see we have created a data frame, and df is equals to pt.dataframd. Okay, those who do not know how to create a data frame, I will leave a link in a description. You can go through the videos and then come back again. Okay, so now here I have passed df.rename. Okay, I have passed a function in similarly as done in previous example, and then specifically I have passed index 1. So here we have index 0 and here we have index 1. Okay, so roll number must be capitalized and in place is equals to true. That means no new data frame will be created. It will be done in a data frame itself. Okay, so you can see the result. And similarly, if I pass a dictionary and pass access to 0, so basically 0 access indexes will be changed, and this can be done the same can be done by passing functions. So you can see here I have changed my index 0, 1, 2 to a, b, z, and then I have changed this to small a, b, z by passing the function. So hope you can do it, and let's see the demonstration in our IDE. So let's create. So now for you, I have already created my data frame df. Okay, so now you can see if I say df, now you can see my data frame is already created. I will be passing a function rename, let's say, and pass str.upper this time, and index is equals to, let's say, 1. Okay, so you can see previously I have a roll number, name and class as a small letters. Now if I press this and it will work out. Let's see the error. What's the error? Upper register does not receive an integer. So it says receive an integer. That means access is equals to 1. Okay, so now you can see you have to be careful by you have to pass index access instead of indexes. Okay, and in place true. Now you can check this one also out. Now here what we have did, passed a function access1 in place. So now if I try to execute this, this is permanently changed in our df. Here a new data frame is created. Now you can see if I execute this one again, and try to print this df and make it comment. Now see, my data frame is not changed. Okay, so to change in my place, I have to pass a parameter called in place true and then execute df. Okay, so in this way we can rename our labels. You can pass dictionaries as well. So I'm going to pass, let's say, 0 as alpha, let's say 1 as beta, and 2 as gamma. Okay, so let's run this, and it is not changed by, let's say, axis. Since I have mentioned the axis, so I am going to mention the axis is equals to 0. So now you can see alpha, beta, gamma, my indexes are changed. Okay, so this is easy, you can do it, and this is really helpful if you want to change your indexes. Okay, so let's jump to our next topic. Now, binary operation in DataFrame. This is our second goal. Now here, what binary operation means? When binary operations are the operations which require two operands in the operator. Okay, so if an operator requires two operands and result something, then it is said to be a binary operations. In dictionaries, we have addition, multiplication, subtraction, and division. These are the four binary operations we have to discuss as per the CBSE syllabus, and let's check it out how to do it. So here I have a code. We have some data frame with the roll number, name, and class as a column, and these are the some of the values, Manish, Bharat, and Lakshman, and we have created data frame. Then we have copied, so actually we have two data frame having similar values, and I have printed it. So you can see my two data frames. So this is D1 and this is D2, and I have used a plus operator, that is addition. Okay, so plus we are going to add two data frames. So now what it gives, see, roll number 1, we have 1 and 1, so 2. Manish and Manish gives you catenated string Manish and Manish, and class 22. 1 and 11 and 11 is equals to 22. Same thing happens to row 2. So your data is superimposed and added. Okay, so roll number 0 and roll number 0 are added. Okay, and gives you 2. Similarly, last, you can say the last column, last value, that is 10 plus 10 is equals to 20, and so we get a data frame with the same shape. Okay, and now we are going to see the addition can be done in 3 ways. You can using a plus operator or by using a add function, and another is r add or reverse add. Okay, so you can say df2 plus df1 is equals to r add. Okay, so let us see in our codes how to do it. So we have a data frame 1, and I'm going to have another data frame. Data frame, let's say 2 is equals to df dot copy. Okay, and I'm going to rename it to 1 so that it is convenient, and I should not be committing mistakes. Okay, so I have df1 and df2. We can create df1 and df2. So we have same we have exactly two same df1 and df2. Let us do df1 plus df2. So we are getting a new data frame with the added values. Now what I am going to do is df1 dot add. I'm going to specify let's say at 1 and comma name, and I'm going to specify, let's say, name is equals to, let's say, India. Okay, let us try to execute this one and see. So now you can see my name is changed, and now I tried this operation df1 plus df2. Okay, see what happens. So my data frame 1 India is here and Bharat is here, so one after another. What if I use dot add method df2? Okay, see data frame. Okay, so both the result are same, what if I say df1 dot r add and df2? Now see, you can see Bharat is first as compared to previous example and India is second. So in reverse, so df2 will be the first and df1 will be added at the end. So I think you understood why we have r add. Similarly, we have subtract also, but it work on only numeric data. So we should be having a numeric data to work with other operators. Okay, so let's see, let's create one. D1 is equals to, let's say, pd dot data frame. Let's import one more package, import numpy as np. So here I'm going to pass a numpy dot linspace, and let's say we have 3 by, I'm going to make a 3 by 3, so I should be having a 9 values, and let's say it should be 1 to 18 and with the 9 values, and then reshape it to 3 into 3. Okay, and if I print da1, so you can see my values are here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another frame, copy it, and d2 this time I'm going to have some more values, let's say 10 to 180, and with the value of 9 we shape it to this. Okay, so print it, and now d2. So now you can see we have some more values. Okay, so now let us perform some operations. d1 minus d2, so all the values are negative. d2 minus d1, now you can see all the values are positive. So you can use d2 dot subtract d1, you get the same result as previous. And if you say d2 dot r sub and then specify d1, see what happens. So you get a reverse subtraction. Okay, now what if some values are null here? Okay, so what I'm going to do is d1 dot add, let's say 0, 0 is equals to np dot nan. Okay, so let's print this one, and you can see we have a null value in the first column. Now if I try to add this d1, you can see I'm getting a nan. Okay, now why? Any operation done to a none will result into null. Okay, let's say print d1 and print d2, and let's say print d1 plus d2. Okay, so now you can see I have first data frame with the first value as null, you can see, and in the next data frame we have 10 as the value, so 10 plus none is equals to none. Okay, but you can see 73.75 plus 7.37 is 81.127. Any calculation is done on a null value, it will result into a null value. Okay, I think this concept is clear to you. This is really very important. It can be asked in output questions, and in theory also it can be asked. Okay, so now what if we have two data frames with different sizes? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a one with different size. So d3, or we have d3 is equals to data frame, let's say numpy dot linspace space 1 to, let's say 20, and with the shape as, let's reshape it as 2 by 5. Okay, so I have 3 rows, let's print our D1 and print D3. So see, I have 3 more columns here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add these D1 plus D3. Okay, let's see what we get. So you can see I'm getting a data frame which is equal to the shape of D3, which is largest, okay, or biggest data frame amongst the D1 and D2, and all the values, all the columns which are not present in our D1 are giving us null values. So I must be creating a numpy array. Let's say D4 is equals to pd dot data frame, and let's pass np dot space, let's say 1 to 20, and reshape it to 3 by itna, and comma 15. Now let us see our arrays. Let's print D1 and D4. Now let us try to perform operation here, D1 plus D4. Okay, so let's do this. Now you can see we are getting null values for the rows which are not present in D1. Okay, and we are getting the shape of the bigger data frame, in this case D4. Okay, so this is called a matching and broadcasting operation. D1 dot rename, and I must be passing a dictionary. Basically I want to change the columns. So 0 will act as a, let's say 5, and rest are same, 1 to 1 and 2 to 2. Okay, in the excess 1 and in place is equals to true. So I must be printing both the data frames D1 and print D2. Okay, see, now we have two matching columns and one unmatching column. Here we have 5 and here we have 0. Let us try to find the sum, D1 plus D2. Okay, now see, we are getting all the index values which we have in the D2. Now you can see we have D1 as this data frame and D2 has this. So now a data frame with all the index values which are present in both A and B. So we have 0 which is not present in D1, and we have 5 which is not present in D2, and still we are getting both these columns, but the values we are getting is null. So you have to take care when performing arithmetics or binary operation on data frame. So this concludes our topic. Let's go ahead and see what are the questions. So question number 1 is, what do you understand by binary operations? And second is, what is reindexing, how it can be done on data frame column and rows, explain with the help of example. I think these are very easy questions we have explained in our tutorial. Hope you have enjoyed it, and if you have any queries regarding these topics, you can always write comments or you can directly message me. Okay, thank you for watching. Have a nice day. See you soon.